Hello hair friends, it's Tyler Sullivan of Sullivan Beauty. I want to share with you a really great digital asset that we have just introduced to the Sullivan Stimulus folder. I'll show you how to get there and how to access it. It is a tool that you guys can use to communicate to both your team members and your clients about different topics to prepare yourselves to be operating again. Whether you choose to operate and open on the mandated date by the state or you choose to postpone until you are ready, one thing that remains true for all of us is we are going to have to up our communication levels and make sure that our clientele feels comfortable, make sure that our team members are feeling comfortable operating again. And so this tool will help you do that. I'm going to walk you through the different aspects and the content in that tool and then how to access it. You know, the first thing that I want to share with you guys is we manage a Facebook group called the Stylist Group. If you're not aware of it, you can check it out. If you look up here in the search bar, you just type in stylist, okay? And what's interesting about it is we have 2,665 members, and it's a really passionate group. I mean, there's a lot going on right now in terms of conversations. And just to kind of illustrate what that looks like, some people are really excited that we now have dates that we can start planning around and whether or not they're going to be opening on that date and how they're going to operate safely, whereas others are feeling like we're guinea pigs right now and we are not ready and we should not be opening as of yet. And regardless of what side of that discussion or debate you are on, I think it's really important if you're in the stylist group, guys, and in general, that you don't jump down somebody else's throat because of it. Everybody has a valid concern, and that's fine. But the reason I bring that up is because that is a big topic right now that's happening in the stylist group. When are you going to be able to jump back into operations? What are your team members feeling? What are you doing to communicate to your clients? So what I want to show you is we have put together this mock newsletter, which is really just communication topics for your clients. That's the purpose of it. This is example copy that you could use. Yes, of course, you could copy and paste it because it's in a Word document, and I'll show you how to access it. And you could put it into a newsletter to your guests. But the reality of it is, this is really just to stimulate ideas that you might want to communicate to your guests. So what you'll see here, for instance, is opening date. Are you going to be opening on the date that the governor has officially allowed for salons to open? And we know some of our 6 states that we deal with are still in the dark on this date, of course, while others are not. The state of Maine started operating on May 1st. Some salons have chosen not to do that yet. Understandable. They might not have the PPE products to make that happen. Whereas other states are opening. I think New Hampshire is the 11th. I think Massachusetts is slated for the 18th right now. Rhode Island is up in the air. I think their phase 1 is the 15th. Connecticut is the 20th. Vermont is up in the air, etc. So regardless, you can prepare a newsletter with this content. Are you going to be opening? Are you going to maybe do a soft opening? Maybe you are a 10 operator salon and you can only have 10 people in the salon at once. What do? Do you extend your hours and set up a split shift so half the team is there in the morning with their clients? The other half of the team is there in the evening with their clients. We just talked to one of our manufacturers today who deals with business all around the nation. They have some salons that are opening at 6 a.m. and closing at 10 p.m. and doing split shifts just to accommodate. Are you doing a soft opening, or might you be postponing and you need to let your clients know that even though the governor said you can open on this date, you guys are not ready to open. And so we respect the fact that you're reaching out to us trying to get in our books. Thank you, but we will be in touch because we have to make sure that we're going to operate safely for you and for us. What are we doing to ensure their safety? What are some of the safety preparations? So you can use this as a checklist for yourselves on what to do in your place of business, whether it be discard any salon essential items that will help reduce touch points like magazines, etc. Or you can also use this list after you've gone through it to communicate to your guests, because that's going to be one of the most important things, guys. We want to make sure that our clients are feeling comfortable. You know, one person, I think it was Colin Caruso of Paul Mitchell, said it best. You look at it as like a fear factor. Some of us don't have an issue with this. They have no problem not wearing a mask around other people, whereas others are deathly afraid to leave their home. If you're going to have a place of business that's inviting both of those style of consumer into the salon and stylists, by the way, into the salon, you have to prepare yourselves to be able to accommodate that person with the highest fear factor. If they're at a level 10 and you have somebody with no mask that's breathing on people, forget about that client ever coming to your salon again. So you need to be prepared for that. So this is an easy way to communicate those things to your guests. New operating safety precautions. You could share with your clients different government regulations for your state so they understand it. What are the PPE requirements? Are they going to be required to wear a mask and gloves to come in? How about when they arrive at the salon? Are they calling you so you can let them in to ensure that you don't go over that 10-person point? So these are different topics that you might want to consider communicating to them in a newsletter. Are you doing pre-appointment video consultations? You know, our purchasing director, Melanie Burns, brilliant mind, said, how about while your client is processing her color and you can't double book now, you spend that time doing a video consultation with another guest prior to them coming in and prior to you booking them. What a great idea. So maybe you're implementing video consultations. How about new operating hours? Are you altering the operating hours? What if you have a large team? How are you determining who's going to be operating on what shift? How are you determining what clients take precedence? Updated scheduling policy. Now this one I expect some spirited debate over, and I'm not going to suggest that everybody implements this. This is just an idea, and this is something that we heard that some people are doing. You know, if you have a large backlogged list of clients trying to get in, are you just going to go by chronological order and the first person that booked, you're going to invite them back in? Now you have limited hours that you can operate and limited amount of people that you can see. Maybe if you could see 20 guests in a day, you can only see 10 guests in a day. Maybe if you could see 10 guests, you can only see 5 guests in a day because you're not able to double book. So does that person who comes in, who's always haggling with you and looking for a discount and only gets a haircut and doesn't buy professional take-home products, take precedence over one guest who needs color, cut, style, is going home with retail products, and you're spending a larger chunk of time with that one guest, reducing your probability of bringing in other guests who potentially, unbeknownst to them, might have the virus? It might be safer for you. It might generate a little bit more income for you, of which, by the way, we've all been closed down for a few months. You've still been incurring bills, etc. So this updated scheduling policy suggests prioritizing your client base for preferential booking. Okay, some people might be able to implement this, others not, but you can look through that and you can use that as a suggestion, and if you like it, you can utilize it, or maybe modify it to use a version that you like. You know, I spoke with a really great salon owner yesterday. His name is John, and he owns Innovations with his family. They're in Merrimack, New Hampshire. 20 stylists, beautiful salon, been there for years, does a very good job. He's bringing his whole team back on Monday, and they've been in weekly Zoom calls to prepare everybody. And believe me, they have it dialed in. They know exactly what to do. They're paying attention to all the regulations, even though New Hampshire is changing as we speak. Today is Tuesday, May 5th. So anyhow, point is, his big thing is frequency of visit. He does not want to screw up the FOV of his regular clients because he's got budgets based on what type of income that looks like coming in. So if you just book your clients in chronological order, that backlist of booking, you will be able to keep the same frequency of visit throughout the year. That might be something you want to consider as well. Support tools. Some people are going to be offering PPE packages to each of your clients. Some people are just going to be offering some type of a service cost, an updated sanitation fee, okay? What we are going to do is post into our stylist group a breakdown of the cost of PPE per client. So you guys have a concept of what that looks like, and you can charge appropriately if you're going to put together a sanitation fee. Other people are using the sanitation bags, and they're going to have something prepared for each of their guests. So you can see what these PPE packages look like. What about guaranteed retail? Instead of them being able to shop your shelves right now and touch the different products, how about when we're pre-booking them and we're talking about them, would you like to take advantage of a guaranteed retail option in which You can buy any 2 products and we will have it prepared for you, and we will be bringing it to you at your station during our express checkout process. What's that? Well, that would be somebody ringing up the ticket, bringing it over on a tray, just like you're at a restaurant with a waiter. You can collect the credit card from your guest while they're sitting there getting their final steps of their service done. I was about to say their blowout done, but I think a lot of people aren't going to be able to blow dry. And you can go and process that and bring it back to them so they can sign it, and also have a bag of their retail products and whatever else they have. Some people are not going to be using disposable smocks, by the way. They're inviting guests to wear in something that they don't mind might get a little color on it. And that that saves the client some type of a sanitation fee, because there's not an additional smock involved in their service. Pre-appointment video consultations, express checkout and rescheduling, and direct shipping, which is a program that we are going to continue to offer you salon owners, for stylists and you who want to be able to have your client purchase products and have them direct shipped from Sullivan Beauty to their homes. We are going to continue offering that. So these are all topics that we thought you guys might be able to use, or at least will start to stimulate you to think about what you might be communicating to them. Let me show you how to get to this. If you go to our Instagram page, which is instagram.com/sullivan.beauty, or if you're on Instagram, you can just put in sullivan.beauty and it'll bring you here. This area here is called our bio, and there is a hyperlink right here in the bio. If you just click on that, it brings you to our, well, right now we have a beautiful webinar going on tomorrow afternoon with business owner Sean Michael of Salon Beau in Andover, Mass. And we're going to be talking to him about his considerations before bringing his staff back and communicating to clients. And you can click left and right once you're on here. These are called landing pages. And on the second landing page, there's a link here called Sullivan Stimulus Package. Click on that. Here you are. You are in the Sullivan Stimulus Google Drive. These are each folders. There's an overview of how our Sullivan Stimulus program works. You can click on that to see that. But right here, this folder, Reopen, if I click on that, these are all tools that you guys can use. And this one here is the Salon newsletter document. And you can click on that and it pulls up, and then up in the top right hand corner you see this down arrow. That is a download. So you can download that directly to your computer. You can copy and paste it into any of your communication to your clients. There's also the Professional Beauty Association back to work guidelines, you know, what to clean, what to check out, how to get prepared to go back to work. And then of course, because the states are governing how we are opening, the guidelines for Maine are in here, the guidelines for New Hampshire are in here, and we will continue to post those as we go. So check out that Sullivan Stimulus. Hopefully this has been an easy little tutorial for you. And don't forget to go to sullivanbeauty.com, check out the PPE section to understand all of the products that we're bringing in. And you can place pre-orders on any of these items, and you will also be able to see when they are coming in. So for instance, if I click on these salon masks, you'll see a 50 pack is $35, and they are coming in mid-May. I don't know if you guys can see this under the picture. Pre-order now. So you can place a pre-order in which we will go in and we will charge you for it. By the way, New Hampshire has just made masks available for all businesses who are getting back in for free. There's a link in the stylist group. You can click on that and you can apply to do that. We deal with 6 states. That is the only state that's done that so far. So of course you can pre-order these masks. If you have pre-ordered a mask, I would say probably leave that pre-order in the system. Wait until you hear back from New Hampshire on whether or not they can fulfill your requested mask order. If they can, then you can reach out to us and just let us know you want to cancel that pre-order, and we'll do it. But don't cancel the pre-order before getting your masks from the state, because we don't know how many the state has and whatnot. But that's how you find your PPE products, and there's a little tutorial for you guys for today. I hope it's helpful, and on behalf of all of us,